And what's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Hypertension, joined here once again by Mr. Blue Llamas for the finals of the best League of Legends tournament. I am excited here. We have it IPMDIABOD. Did I get that right?
I believe so. We'll just go back to call him IMP or IMP because it's
Yeah.
kind of a confusing name.
Yep. And on the other side, we have Affluence, who has, as you said, 3 members of the A varsity team.
They do, and that's why I'm actually kind of excited for this game. And usually I'm excited because it's competitive, or it's gonna be really interactive, or we get to see less competitive people try to figure out the game. But this one, we have 3 people who are very high elo in this game, so I'm actually looking forward to the shenanigans that may come out as they try to have fun with this game and really enjoy this match.
Yeah, and especially consider that Alabama is actually no slouch when it comes to League of Legends. We have a pretty good team in South Conference, admittedly, which is like saying that you're decent in the Pac-12 in college football. But even so, like that is actually a solid team. So it Itmadiabad, I think I got that right. Will have a tough challenge ahead of them, and it won't be the same sort of able to carry off of 2 people like it was before.
Yeah, it really will. And I think that if it was a 1-for-1, like on paper, this game would be a complete wash. However, I don't think we'll see that today. It's that I hope and I believe that they will actually really try to enjoy this and have some crazy picks. And I think maybe we're going to go into draft really quickly.
Yeah, after our beautiful stinger, and we have our pro draft set up here as they are about to hop into it. Picks that I expect to see banned away, given the fact that one of the members on Affluence, I believe, is UA's varsity coach, Chip. I I believe that we're going to see a lot of meta bans. I think we'll see things like the Aphelios. I believe that we may see Misfortune. We might even see something like a Soraka top ban.
Yeah, I would think that. However, I think also Chip may also realize that these people aren't that good at the so he may just try to do some meme bans. I would actually
Mhm.
look to see if these bans spell out a word before before we get into meta bans. I would or just cheese bans because they could go either one of 2 ways. Either he thinks they can just smash the game, or he'll actually just play it serious. So we'll see.
Absolutely. And I think that this is going to be a very exciting game either way, as we are experiencing a couple technical difficulties when it comes to actually like loading into the pro draft, everybody getting their picks situated. We'll start as soon as possible. But while we have a moment, I'd like to thank our amazing sponsors here at the University of Alabama, Best of the Best Tournament, and here from Alabama Esports. It is Coca-Cola, CSL, HyperX, iBuyPower, Tespa, and Zaxby. Thank you all for supporting us for the very first LAN here on campus. We hope to have many more with your support, and we hope to make quality things here on the university campus. Because right now we're in a little bit of an esports bubble here in the South, and we would love to expand that bubble and bring esports to everyone.
Yeah, and we're finally getting the bans. We see the Iron ban. So back a little bit to the off meta. Let's see. I'm really excited. Like I said, let's see if it spells out a word. But we do see the Iron. He may just ban champions that really aren't that popular, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. As again, they're trying. I do know that it would be a little bit, BM to ban away champions like Garen and such, where it's like you kind of need those to be able to play these games for really low level accounts. So I would very much like to. Okay, so IS, and I'm trying to figure out
Right
what
here.
it is with this. We'll have to see what is going on here as we do have some technically on the microphone side. We will try and figure that out. On the flip side, we do have a Nidalee and a set banned away by the side of it Diabod. Again, I'm just going to call him IPM. IPM, you banned away the Nidalee, they banned away the set, and I hate that they banned away the set because he's one of the single most exciting champions to cast because of the awesomeness that are the names of his abilities. On the flip side, though, Udyr ban.
Yeah, it is an Udyr ban. So one of the easier champions to play, and I don't know if there's any real reason behind that. But when you see the feeders come in, that is a meta pick. So had Chip looked to ban meta, they may have actually ended up banning that. But still, they picked the Urgot and they hover the Camille. So the Urgot and Camille so far.
Yeah, and that Aphelios is Sabdab, the guy, I say the carry of this Diamond team from their CS:GO matches. So keeping on those riflers. He loves the guns, man. He
Yeah,
loves the guns.
CSGO, you have a huge variety. You get to choose the different guns you want to use. Well, if he does let you do that in League of Legends, he's got 5 different guns to use. So why not kind of cosplay a CSGO team?
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to see that there is a Morgana locked in, a Garen locked in. This looks to be a repeat composition from their first setup, but the question will be their adaptation because Affluence are probably going to ban away something like the Vigard, like the Twitch jungle. That way they don't get cheesed out of this game. and instead they are going to ban away the Corki. That's interesting to me because Corki isn't one of those snowbally champions. If you're really looking for one of these solo, say either the mid laner or jungler to pop off, you really want a really snowbally champion.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. The next champion will start with a K. Let's see.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's Kalista.
Duh.
So for those of you struggling to read it backwards, think of the Ivern as the first band, the Callista as the last one, and that will mean that it spells out "I suck."
Yes, they're saying that they are in fact bad at League of Legends, while in fact they are not.
Yes. No. If you want bad at League of Legends, be in a game and make me jungle, dear God.
So we'll see what they pick up. They have that. I meant to mention the Gangplank. Evan, great content.
Wait,
Their top player, a little bit of a GP one trick, so that's why you probably saw that one.
are they picking all top laners?
They might be. I mentioned that they may bring some Yep, I think it's all top because they mentioned they bring in some shenanigans, and so far they
Wait,
don't really.
UCGS. I don't know what this would spell out. I'm trying to think about what it would spell out.
I don't think there's as much thought into this one about naming. I think they may just go for all top players, or they may have an Urgot 80 carry and just kind of do a lot of off meta stuff. So I'm just gonna sit back and reserve any judgment till we see the.
Yeah, and on the flip side, we are going to see that Malzahar lock in. That is a very, very safe pick into the mid lane. Everybody knows about the Malzahar tax and the fact that he is just such reliable single target lockdown that he's going to provide value to any, even in a bad matchup in the mid lane. He'll still have that, instant lockdown button.
Yeah, he will. It's very, as you mentioned, very reliable. You can just flash ult one person, lock them down, especially if your team replacing has a very fed carry. If it's one person that's really bringing the damage, easy just to flash lock them down and get those kills. And we
Yep.
finished off with the Jax.
And I will say though, on the flip side for Affluence, that Cassiopeia is actually one of Malzahar's worst matchups because of her low mana cost on her Twin Fang, which is able to instantly kill his Voidling. So if he can get on top of her, he can absolutely kill her with the Voidlings, the I want to say it's called Malefic Visions, being his E, and the Nether Grasp, his ultimate. But otherwise, Cassiopeia can dominate. But on the flip side, you talked about the Jax, that's got to go in the jungle.
Yeah, it does. I think that's gonna be easy. I think for one side, the team comp seems pretty easy to identify. However, you can get pretty fancy, and knowing that they already have the shenanigans going on with naming it, and these champs not really super meta, I'm making to see if where these people go because you can kind of do it if you have that Cassiopeia go to the mid lane. You could also go in the bot lane. The Swain could be a support. It could be a top or it could be a mid. It's really the epitome of flex with everything except for probably this Camille is going to probably be in the jungle. Is the only one I could say you could lock down.
Yeah, I think Camille will definitely be in the jungle. I think that Urgot will be top lane. Swain support, Gangplank ADC, and the Cassiopeia in the mid lane makes the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see if our production wants to give us updates as we go along in the draft as to where they end up going. We can then when we get that information, we can relay it back to you, the audience. And with this in mind, looking at the win conditions of each team, with IPM, I'm not going to try and say that name anymore. Dang it! Your definite win condition is going to be that split push and the late game scaling of the Aphelios. You've got to protect him with a beefy front line. You got to lock people down. That way, Aphelios can wail away.
Yeah, and on the red team, we have a decent amount of scaling themselves. They have the Gangplank and they have the Cassiopeia and a pretty beefy mid team, so they can look to either 1-3-1. They can look to team fight. They have a little bit more options. They have a lot of beefy members, and I'll put it this way: there are 4 team members on that team that you could sit into a side lane. So how they want to manage that will be very important to me, and what type of win condition they're going to look for.
And we're getting word. Okay, so it is Swain and Urgot in the bottom lane. In the top lane will be a Gangplank, Jungle Camille, as we said, and a mid lane Cassiopeia. So we were most right.
Mhm.
Mostly.
I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. I did call the Urgot 80 carry when it was before we even saw the last 2
You
picks.
did. Okay, you were more accurate than me. I missed 2. You actually call you're not AD carry, but
Actually, I ran down the entire comp. But we won't get too specific. But yeah, so that seems for IPM. Affluence had a little bit more option to trade. I think I would have probably honestly said to have the Cassiopeia in the bot lane, but I think Marius, the mid lane Panda Master, is a very good Cassiopeia, so we will see that.
yeah. And one thing I would very much like in terms of the way that they play out this game, I want to see some level one shenanigans by the side of Affluent. I want to see them like try and assert their dominance and establish themselves as like winning this game. Even if they do, I'm not sure about their placement in the rest of the tournament. So while it does look like right now, if Diabod will win the entire thing thus far, we still want to see if they'll end up winning this next game. But again, my money's on Affluent.
Yeah, I think they could play it one of two ways. They could play it the slow, the control, the actual correct way to play it, most likely. Or they can have some fun with it. They can go for this level one shenanigans. They could try for fights. They could try to outplay their opponent, and that's what I would like to see. Is them to kind of flex. You know, this is the last game for League of Legends. Show why you're the League of Legends team and flex a little bit.
Absolutely, indeed, my friend. And with that, we have to think. Particularly, I think there's a mismatch in the support edition. No offense to our friend John Enrico, but I think he's be a little bit outclassed.
Now that being said, we have had a couple hours since he had a semifinal match. So let's hope that maybe someone told him that you can buy a support item, or maybe that you can ward, or maybe you can buy other items without having to buy the full item. There are components to items. So let's hope that he's taking his time to grow instead of kind of coming at the same level, because he wants a lot of opportunity for that.
Yeah, let's hope that this ends up being a little bit. I would say it ends up being a competitive game. Let's hope that we see some good, clean, fun on the Rift and get a good show here for the audience.
Yeah, so that's really what we're looking for, and I'm really excited to hop into the game and we have a chance. We still have to wait for the. Yeah, we still have a little bit of a spectator delay, so we will get into it in about a minute. But anything else to really stick out to you before we actually jump into the match?
Um, Nothing in terms of League of Legends, though I did just find out a little bit ago that Big Al is better than me at Super Smash Brothers, and I don't know whether I feel embarrassed or proud of my college that their mascot guy is actually good at Smash.
Yes, not only was he good at Smash, he did all well in the mascot suit. Didn't even take out his hands. He played with his hands, trying to use little hoof things, and actually played very well in the Smash, as well as you saw him multiple times coming to the stream. So, biggest shout out to my guy Big Al and the University of.
Yeah, roll tide, ladies and gentlemen, roll tide. And of which I think that this is good insight here on the Alabama team, especially when you look forward ahead not only to CLOL, but later down the line when you have that battle for Bama coming up at the end of April. This can be a situation where we could see a little bit of a glimpse of the Alabama team in action on a stage like this.
Yeah, we can. We have a lot of key members. We have the coach there, so kind of see how they want to play macro wise. Give a little
Mhm.
bit of that idea, but also don't look into it too hard for those who are trying to see what a team exactly like, because it is only 3 members, and they probably will be messing around just a tad bit this game.
Just a tad with that draft. I mean, I've seen trollier drafts, namely that do you remember that league game where both teams wanted to lose in the LCK?
Yes.
The winner would face up again, would be on the harder side of the bracket.
Yeah. Face EDG, colloquially known as Oscar.
Wait, was that on China?
Yeah, it wasn't the. I was thinking it's China. Yeah, wait, it was It was the EDG was on a high to play them. But we can talk. We'll stop talking about that later. Let's get into the game and focus on what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the blue side, it is IPMDIABOD with in the top lane. It is in the top lane it is Suzek. In the jungle it is Sinister. In the mid lane, Landex, Star Rex at AD carry, and John Enrico at support.
And we can make some update already. We can already see that he has bought a support item. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, someone's most likely to talk to him, but we see a 5-man invade before we. Alabama looking to invade. I don't know if IPMDIABOD's ready for this. Job Erico sees him, has yet to react.
They do. They have found them in the jungle. Affluence going in, and it is going to John Enrico going down.
Yeah, they get one kill. See if they can go for the second one. I don't think that most of the cooldowns are well on cooldown, so they will end up backing off. But get that first blood and get it to the top laner who actually wants to scale. So that's gonna be very good for this game.
All right, and now that we do have those off the screen, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. No, that wasn't inhibitor down. No, that was not the Baron down. It was just a little bit with Labs showing those assets on the stream. But now with this level 1 invade, they are getting so much pressure here, and Sinister will be hard pressed to try and fight this away. He's going to get flipped. He's going to get hit up by the Dark Binding. I don't believe he actually won the Smite fight, but that's a lot of damage out onto Chipper. The Alabama head coach is now Stark Rex, our buddy Sabdab, taking a lot of damage, going low, going down to Chipper, and it looks like Sinister wanting to chase, dies for his efforts, but does pick up the Chipster. And now Johnny Rico is going to die off for his second time of the game. The Boonies picking up the 4th kill for Affluent.
I would just like to point out that John Erico, for the second game in a row, has started the game by stealing. As you saw there, he actually was the one who ended up taking the red buff. But that's noted by the 4 CS he had. And that being said, he did die, as well as the rest of that bot lane, which means that it's going to be pretty far behind, as they missed an entire CS wave and of golden XP.
Yeah, and now great content. Gonna solo kill Suzak. Lots of damage coming out from that gangplank early. People forget how strong that champion is at level 1 and 2.
Yes, he is, especially when he already starts off the game with a kill and is able to come with a mana crystal and a longsword.
Yeah, that does create a little bit of an unfair advantage for the gangplank now, doesn't it? But overall in this game, it is all Affluence thus far. They have shot out to a 2,000 gold lead before 3 minutes. That's going to be the Dark Binding. I'm sorry, that's not the Dark Binding. That is the Evil Grasp that drags them in, and they both go down.
This is kind of boring. These guys are still level 1. They haven't even had a chance to farm.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And that never move it's locking them down, and it is delivering them up on a platter to Chip.
Yes, they are. Already 3 shutdowns at this bounty, should I say, at this point in the game on the top, the jungle, and the AD carry. Who is this other guy?
Disgusting. That's disgusting. I think they were trying to set a speed record.
No.
They're already onto the towers.
Oh no.
There we go, Boonies on top of Stark Rex. There is no Dark Binding quite yet, and this is going to mean that Victor is going to bite the dust here, and Johnny Rico does again as well. 3 deaths for Star Rex, and that's going to be 4 for Johnny Rico.
When you say we're fighting back, those jacks, the cast in the mid lane.
Yeah, the silence is going to land on the Cassiopeia, but that's really all that's going to land. Right now, the damage war is just being won by Affluence. They have hard stopped this early game thus far, and they are trying to get as much damage as humanly possible down. Suzak gets solo killed once again by great content. And at this point, you know, you think impossible games. This is the kind of early game lead where you think impossible.
Yeah, it is. A 4,000 gold lead at 4 minutes is pretty unattainable for a normal match, because that's basically 1,000 per minute. And when you have a team like this who's going to continue to grow, I don't see much options for IPMDIABOD to come back. We mentioned that this is a pretty one-sided match. Every day is showing to be that way. I thought maybe Affluence would play it out a little differently and have some more fun with it, but they're actually just putting Imp right now.
Yeah, and here we go. Another gank into the mid lane. Landex in a lot of trouble, but here comes the Jax. Unfortunately, he gets caught into the miasma. That's yet another kill going to come down here. Just one more moment. He even stood still. He knew he was dead. Double kill for the Cassiopeia Panda Master.
Yeah, and the bot lane being forced off the turret. This Amphitos is still level 1. He doesn't even have an ability. He literally can only switch. He can't even use his Q. This is sad.
That is sad, but it is an Aphelios, so I don't feel as bad because, you know, Aphelios.
You know, I will agree with you.
Wait, great content going low here, but the Ignite is down, and that's the parlay for the kill by great content.
Yeah, I got excited for a second, as it did look like they may actually die. We may get a good kill from Imp right now, but didn't end up happening as great content continues to increase his lead in the top. Oh, nice flash.
Boonies trying to gank mid again, but good flash out by LandX. And that's what I think the side of Affluence are focusing on. Getting your bottom lane and top lane snowballing, abusing the less experienced players at League of Legends.
Yeah, we mentioned that John Erico had a little bit of a rough game, and as you can see, the Garen is only level 2. However, they did manage to get this Drake, which is pretty impressive for the amount of pressure they do not have.
Yeah, I would say getting a Drake when you're as far behind as you are, that's admirable to say the least.
I gotta say, that must be pretty funny when your coach, because the coach should be aware of that, and, you know, probably telling his team, but what I always telling him right now when they just gave up this Drake to a team that's 7,000 goal behind at 6 minutes.
So like, whatever. I don't care. I'm up 30 CS.
Yes, he is up 30 CS.
I mean, that's not the only 30 CS lead you have, but that is going to be the Malzahar tax not being paid. That's the suppression down onto the Cassiopeia, who is dealing out so much damage with those twin fangs. That's a killing spree for Panda Master. He's going to turn this 2v1, and he's going to get 2 for his team. One of them went to the boonies, and overall, that is going to be a 3-0 across the map in favor of Affluence.
Yeah, and this Fetus continues to get bullied as he gets marked by the Swain. And has this force to flash, but a lot of action, and sadly, it's very one-sided.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is extremely one-sided, and it's about to get more so. Victor, man, I don't even think he's level 3.
Sadly, I don't. As much as they are really just kicking it right now, I don't think they'll be able to break the record of 8 minutes and 36 seconds, which is the competitive League of Legends world. But it's looking pretty close.
Wait, what happened in that game?
A lot of ending. It was. I won't get into it too much, but if you know the player Apto Dopa, it's his one.
Oh, that explains a lot.
It was his one and only competitive.
Oh, never move into the flip. Just shotgun knees that could cut down trees. Lemon Blossom picks up the kill onto Johnny Rico, his second of the game. This is slaughter.
Okay, this is a very fun mini game. There's only one death on the board, but let's all just ignore that. Let's play who's the first person on Affluence to die, and if anyone will die on Affluence.
Yeah, who is the first person that will be shut down on Affluence?
Yeah.
There you go.
Would you like to? Who do you have your bet on?
All right. I'm gonna bet on Panda.
Panda? You think it's gonna be a Panda? I think it's probably the. Oh my goodness, great content's being cheeky. That's so rude.
Actually, take it back.
Oh.
Can I change my vote to great content?
I was about to change as well, but ends up not dying. I think Panda may be the best choice only because he's the easiest person to get on top of. However, in a 1v1 and even a 2v1, if you can't see him, he will just kite you out like that. So we'll see how that turns out. I think the Swain and the Urgot are just too tanky. They're just too beefy boys to actually jump and burst down, especially with how little damage there is on this IMP squad.
I still feel like if you get right to the Cassiopeia, you kill her off, and there's yet another kill. Make that 2 for the side of Affluence, 21-1. It just isn't even fair.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they just took some turrets, to actually. They did take the Reptile. They should be able to break the first turret, but let's go ahead and get these turrets down. Let's put this game a little bit further. Start to work towards that victory instead of just bullying.
Yeah, unfortunately for the side of IPMDIABOD, Chipper does not appear to prescribe to the Nick Saban strategy of not murdering your opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in one regard, you gotta go out all the time. There's no really holding it back. It's only fair to them, sportsmanlike, to go all out because you gotta treat them like real opponents. So beating them 21-1 in 9 minutes is, treating them like a real opponent.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to admire that they respect people enough to smash them and not like embarrass them. They could have done something like, picked a Ivan Bot. Well, there is something that's gonna be the baby cage down onto Sinister. Another kill for the side of Affluence. Make that 2. Landax in the area, but I doubt that anything's gonna be done here.
Ooh, the emotes popped. Usually it was disabled, but we get to see him taunt a little bit, which makes it a little.
Go. That's gonna be the caustic shot landing. Jibber taking a lot of tower shots there, trying to save the mid, but instead that's gonna be the first brick falling in favor of Affluence. They're just gonna push this down mid, it looks like right now.
So it looks like they're pushing down mid, and let's see now if they have gotten that first. Now that we got that first turret, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a double kill for the GP. It looks like it is going to be 3 kills over, but it looks like Booties is actually the one to die first and get shut down.
Yeah, and they're going to continue this push, and are they going to go for an end hit at 11 minutes?
I think they could potentially go for the end right here. I mean, even though there's levels, there is no Mouse ultimate, there is no Jax ultimate available to protect him. Everybody's just so high level here. They could end it before the 13-minute mark, I think.
Yes, they can. They can end it.
There we go. That's the Petrifying Gaze coming in. That's the Twin Fangs dealing out so much damage. Panda Master taking it to the side of IPMDIABOD, and it looks like that's so much damage. Great content, almost dies in the process. It looks like that this could end up being the game right here.
But I have to say, it looks like they'll be able to end it before IPMDIABOD even has a chance to surrender. Well, you never want to really surrender in a competitive match. They don't even have the option at the way this game's playing out. It looks like they're just going to die before 15.
Yeah, well, also they know that if they surrender it, I would pull a set and just go ham on them.
Yeah, I would also get pretty upset. I mean, have the I'm trying to find the constitution to actually sit around and let the game end.
Absolutely. And I do admire the fact that they didn't like complain about anything. They're just trying to just they understand that they've lost, so they're going hard on it. This is going to be a 12.5-minute victory, probably, depending on how fast they're able to take down the Nexus. Just over 12 minutes, it looks like.
I will mention that the winner of the bet that was neither of us, as it was on the Camille, who was the first to die.
Yeah, I know. We ended up being able to get that, and it looks like this could be the end here as soon as it happens. One Nexus Tower has already fallen. LandX, if he gets picked, the game is over. Simple as that. Think that could be it. Great content. Legendary. Kills off Victor. 9th death of the game. Still less than Caps. Victor still did better than Caps' Ophelia. So that's a good way to think about it. And now Chip barely survives that melee. Looks like this is going to be all 5 members of Affluence pushing down the Nexus. 12.5 minutes, as I called it. Looks like that's going to be it in favor of Affluence. They have won the League of Legends finals here at Best of the Best.
And a pentakill coming at the last second.
Pentakill for great content. Get that man on the desk.
All right. All right. Well, that was quick. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty quick game.
Yeah, it was. You know, I mean, people have been saying all day, it's like, oh, we're behind schedule. I don't know that we are going to be much anymore.
Yeah, I think that may have caught us up. Not gonna lie. Usually, an hour is allotted for a usual league game between the draft, the picks, and the games. But when you have a 12-minute game like that and it's really one-sided, you really need to get to catch up on that schedule. So we may be back to regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, and after this will be Paladins, but we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with an interview with our MVP. And we are here with our MVP
Yes,
of the
sir.
day.
You know
Great
how
content,
it
man.
is.
Hey,
Yes,
good to
sir.
have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. You know, after that game, I was just ready to come on this desk, you know?
Yeah, so you were the first one to sit in here, so like we kind of like knew it was
Yeah.
beforehand because you
Mhm.
walked up stage and we're like, God, it's already over.
Yeah.
So, tell me about it. It's like, whatever y'all's thought process going into that game.
What? The thought process? Basically, we were just very confident. We knew that we were gonna take the whole tournament, and so we just picked what we were comfortable on and decided to roll.
All right, say, and a little bit outside of best of the best because I know like you're the top
Mhm.
laner for the
Yeah.
Crystal team, right? Correct?
Mhm.
All right. How do y'all think like that team is doing? How do y'all feel in terms of like the South Conference and overall?
Um, the South Conference is pretty. It's mainly referred to as like a wild card region. But I definitely think we're pretty far up there in the region as a whole. And after this, I'm like extremely ready to just pop off CLO tournaments and things like that.
I would say yeah, and looking ahead, I'll say not only to this tournament but like Battle for Bama. It's like, what do you think? How do you think the experience like this, like playing on stage in front of everybody as players, how do you think that like helps?
I definitely love the whole experience. It helps me just boost confidence and like show like what kind of player I am or like what kind of player we are as a team. And it really just sets you up to perform better in like CLO and stuff with Sorry, what's the word for it? Momentum. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
joining me here on the desk today, man. It was
Mhm.
great having you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break and we'll be right back with Paladin.